now we are operating within Westfield and Bushville until at the Petrogas. Yes, it's a real estate company. And our operation include property management, land sale, construction, rent management, and leasing as well. It's a Damien-based company as you mentioned, and it's a young team as well. It's got a big peak of 28 to 20 years. It's a youthful company as well, and we have met several institutions that we work with, including some government institutions like the Gambia, the GPBC, Gambia Innovation, Gambia Police. We also work with some banks, including Agri Bank, ET Bank. These are all institutions that we work with, and we find it necessary that as an institution that is coming up in the financial institution in Ghana, that is this microfinance institution, that is APS. Yes, Mr. Ju is one of the people that we've met with several occasions. I myself, I made this introduction to Mr. Ju some time ago, and we are happy that today he gave us this chance to meet with you, to share with you our proposals. As you already mentioned, I'll give the floor to some of my people so that they can share with us what we have, and we welcome your questions and answers will be given when asked. Thank you.
I am Sid Fadel from Kombo Estate. Kombo Estate is a legal registered normative. Trevor Avenue opposite St. Teresa School, and our other officers located at Bushville, Samsung Galaxy upstairs. Kombo Estate, we do property evaluation leasing as I have already mentioned. So therefore we will give the price to show for each and everyone to go in for it. Any question you guys have, we answer the question. So thank you for that.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I am Mariam from Cambodia. So these are the price list. There are two types. This is our normal price list and the promotion.
Yes, that is Tobaski.
Yeah, Tobaski promotion. So it's necessary we bring that to continue doing those. Those that want to go for the promotion also, it's available, and then these are the normal prices. You can go to it, so anything we will talk about it.
Yes, Mr.
Yeah, so currently we have an ongoing Tobaski promotion. We started the 6th of this month and it will go until July 6th. So the promotion, we have like a reduction in prices more than 50%, as you would see. So why are we doing this? We are all Gambians, and the company, as mentioned, is 100% Gambian. And we believe that, with the coming Tobaski and the rainy season, with all of those inconveniences, we took it upon ourselves to ensure that we also give up competitive prices to ensure the affordability is ascertained. So the other thing is that our lands, our plots of land are in very, very good places. That is places that are actually high competition right now, like Supra Radfield. I'm a Gunjurian, so I'm of the Superians a little bit. But then you can live in Radfield. It's a good place. But don't go too far, too near the Superians anyway. So we have in other places such as the Gunjur Sala and others. These are places that you definitely want to get your land in. So I want to just throw up some statistics here because this might be a general understanding. The Gambia has one of the fastest growing population. Currently we are at 2.6 compared to other West African countries, and the land size is a problem. This is a predicted problem in the near future, and I understand as a banking investment you people also know this. So it is the right time right now to go and grab a land right now, and our our lands are free from disputes such that you hear from other real estates. Our logistic teams are experts in this. They've been doing it for over 10 years now. And what we can assure you is that once you decide to do business with us, your satisfaction will be our priority. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that speech. Yes, as Mr. Bad mentioned, I am the head of logistics team, and most of these places, or I can say all these places, there are access to water and electricity. So right now we are on a promotion. So we are encouraging all of you. These are our promotional prices that we have compared to our individual prices that you share. You have the price for the promotion and the price for our normal prices. So as an institution, we give special discount to institution. That is why we come here to meet you, discuss with you. We give institutional prices for institutions, and even their mode of payment, we give it a longer period of payment compared to our individual prices for our individual customers, which is 2 years. But with institution, we can negotiate and agree on terms that this, if interested, we will allow you to come to us, arrange a site visit, so that you can go and see these places. So what we do with institution is we give them our management plots, because in all of our estates, we have some management plots that we want to give to institutions. So this is an opportunity that we think we can see, that we want to share with you. We tell you what we have. So for that note, I will give chance to Mohammed. He's from our marketing team in Westfield. So he can also give a brief description and share with us what he has.
Okay, good morning to you all. Well, I am Mohammed Dawo, also the staff of Kombo Real Estate. We are very happy to be here today. As you guys give us this chance, we are very, very happy about it. We thank you for that. And, okay, Kombo Real Estate, as you all know, that it's a Gambian company. It is owned by own Gambian. It's a real estate that is well known by people. So what I'm gonna say here is about our location that we normally have, that we give out to our customers. We have good locations that have more attraction. It's not that more difficult to reach to our lands, and some of the distance are very, very, very close to the roadside, not even far from the roadside. So this is very attractive. So we are doing this business with a lot of institutions, as my colleague mentioned. Some of the institutions in Gambia, some are done, some still are, the contract is still on. So we'll be very happy for you guys also to join us and we do this business. And yeah, I thank you all.
Yes, just to share some of these locations that these are proposed land for this institution that we have. These are the areas that we propose for you. These are our German housing estates. And you have Siam. Siam also is a proposed land for you for this institution. We believe, and it's also a very, very good area. We also have Bikamajida. We have Buffalo near the Nevek power station. We also have Bunyur housing estate that is near the third city. We also have Sukula Rugby Farm and Woodford Scam that is behind the Woodford Scam school. So we welcome you. Like if you have questions, you can give us questions and the answers will be given as well.
Thank you very much for that brief description of your services and what you have on offer. Looking through it, it's reasonable looking at the market, but I have to speak on behalf of everyone around here. For example, if I have a staff at the lower cadre, they can't afford it within the period for a mortgage within 24 months. I'm not sure what you have done or what you have put in place for such categories of employees. Does it extend to an additional few months, or you're only limiting the number of months to 24 months for your mortgage plans?
Thank you for that question. I think part of our description that I made mention of is we give special recommendation or special prices and payment to institution. that we can give institution up to 2 years. 2 years, from 2 years to 4 years, we can give institution because of now we all know the market, how land is now. So what we can do as an institution, we will come if we agree on terms. A longer period of time can be given to an institution. That is from 24 months to 48 months. Yes. And anything other than that, we are ready to negotiate and listen to you.
Okay. 48 months is the maximum
Is the maximum?
we can arrange.
Yes, but we can still negotiate. Yes. We are open to negotiation. We are ready to negotiate. Yeah.
Now, when you negotiate, you should have a departure point.
Yes.
Departure point is, this is my base. This is where I start my negotiation from.
Yes.
And then we take it from there. So what is your base? Because we are here, the room here is filled by senior management who are relatively, you wouldn't compare their salaries compared to the ordinary, junior staff. Yes, and within the group, in the rest of the company, we also have middle managers. So the target here is actually for middle managers and senior management. Realistically speaking, some of them already have facilities they are servicing internally. So if we put this on them, this is going to be an additional burden on them. So you're already paying a loan within the company. You've added land, additional loan. If you deduct the loan from the company, deduct the land, there is a rule here that generally says you cannot deduct an employee more than 45% maximum. Every employee is entitled to go home with minimum 55% of your salary. That's a law in this country, and you cannot breach that. So you can only work with it 45% maximum of the employee's salary. So and then the salaries in the Gambia are naturally very low. So most private institutions and public institutions. So if you are targeting institutions of the caliber, you need to be ready to entertain or accommodate longer repayment periods. You understand? Beyond 4 years, in my opinion. If you work out, the cheapest land here, for instance, it's $100,000 for a sub. It would not be one of the most attractive for people wanting land within the Kombo. So you would naturally believe that most of us would want land here. I don't mind, except because I come from here. But the people who come from this area would prefer here over. So if you look across your list, the cheapest here is Birkama Jide. If you take Birkama Jide, 125,000 divided by 5 years, it's $2,000 per month. And 400 and that's 5 years. So is this something that you can realistically accommodate if we have to bring our middle management on board this scheme?
Yes, thank you for that question. And normally, it's a very, very good question because as an institution, as you rightly mentioned, salaries in Gambia are not
Quite high.
Yes, are not very, very high. So with institution, from the beginning, what we normally do is we ask for a deposit.
An advance.
Yes, advance deposit. Then after that, every month we can go into staff deduction, and our staff deduction it varies.
And what is the deposit you ask?
Yes, we will ask a deposit of 50%.
50%.
Yes, 50% of the amount. Then the balance you can go into deduction. And as we said, for the duration, it varies. Some institutions we used to go with them to 5 years. Yes.
What do you want to have?
Yes. And deduction can start from $1,000. That is what we do with our normal customers. So that is what we do from beginning. We say customers can make a deposit of as low as $1,000. Yes. So it will be discussed. If agreed and no arrangements will be made, then we will see how best we can work with you. Any other question, please?
Thank you for coming with us today. Welcome. Just a follow up on the price. I think institutions are going to be buying more plots, preferably within the same locations. So obviously, I know the promotional package is good for individuals. For institutions, I think the price needs to be looked at. The fact that it's more secure in terms of repayment, because usually the welfare or the HR takes responsibility of deduction upfront. So you don't face a much bigger risk when it comes to late payments or in fact failure of payments. So factoring this, certainly I think there should be some good discount in terms of payments. Like MD said, if you look at the price tags here, I know land prices are very expensive in this country. If you look at the price tags here, it may be attractive to individuals coming forward. But if we want to promote that to our staffs, you understand, because it has to be super attractive for all of them to be willing to buy plots within the same location. Because ideally, we may all have preferred location differently. She may prefer to have around the location she lives right now, has an experience in. Myself, I may prefer another location. But it has to be attractive or super attractive for all of us to come and get one location. So I think the price is the departure point for me. I think the price is expensive. I think if we want to make it attractive to our staffs, for all of them to try and get a plot within the same location, I think the price should be reconsidered, because the risk is not big when it comes to working with an institution, because obviously staffs are going to be deducted upfront before payment, so you're going to be assured of payments. So I think for me that's one thing. I think that's one thing I propose you do that to individuals. The second is also I'm not quite popular with locations here. So I don't know much of the locations apart from Sanyang and this place. The rest of the locations you may mention, are they having good access to roads? I think these are all things that we would like to consider, because there are a number of staffs who want to acquire this and start building. The third is, before they complete payment as well, will they have access to start constructing?
Yes. That's a very good point with regard to the pricing. I think compared to our previous prices, we think this is a very, very good price. But as we said, we are open to negotiation. We are very ready to negotiate with prices. Yes. That is, if you can see, the boss even mentioned that of the SL. SL is one of our prime estate. This is just located, it's located behind the SL Senior Secondary School. Just 100 meters from the school. And it's on a sea view at SL. First Jagajo also, we have that is in the North Bank. That is located directly to their football field. And the ones we have within Kombo here, that is Brikama Jida. You all know Brikama is a very good place. This is a place where we have over 200 plots of land. It's about 200 meters from the main settlement of Jida. There's a garden attached to it. It's close by a vegetable garden there, and it's within a community. So we have also a location in Gunjur. We make mention of Gunjur Center here. It's one of our best estates that we have. Just surrounded, we are in the center of our estate. That is all these estates that are in Gunjur. This is the place where they are located. And also our Brikama Jalamba. This is just a walking distance from the main highway. There is water, there are electricity in all these places. And even Sukura Dul Farm, I'm encouraging on you. Sukura Dul Farm is one of our best estates.
Kind of us can afford that.
Yes, it depends. It's just it's a negotiation. We believe you can live with this plot, including our estate in Bufu. That is just behind the Bufu Scan School.
But that bill has only 5 plots.
Yes, but that is for the promotion.
For the promotion.
Yes, these are our promotional packages. In this case, we say during this promotion, we want to give 5 plots.
Only 5 hours.
5 plots.
At this price?
Yes, at this price.
Outside those 5, the others go back?
Yes, this is a place where we have over 94 plots here. In Sukura Farm.
Okay.
Yes, but for this promotion, we said we're going to give out 5 plots for the promotion. Yes. So as an institution, you understand. You understand how institution, and we believe working with institutions is even easy. Because you have had experience. There are not much difficulty when it comes to institution.
That's why it will reflect on the price.
Yes. Prices these are our normal prices that we bring on here right now. That is our normal prices, our institutional our promotional prices. So we believe when agreement have been made, we will give a very, very flexible price.
So it means you're open to negotiate lower than the promotional
yes.
price.
This is our promotion. That is why we come along with this price. But if we are to work, we will open to negotiation. We will see what is best possible for us. With regards to location, as I mentioned, maybe you might not know Kombo very well, but anybody who knows good food, you know good food style, you know it's just a walking distance from this main road that they are constructing. Yes, I say Brikawa also is just, as I mentioned, walking distance from the main settlement of Villa. You know, when you say Bunyu just a very prime estate within the community of Bunyu. Yes.
Perhaps because the brother here was mentioning, you might take say 50 staff within, in the same state. I think that we can also negotiate that, because for instance, if Mr. Jami wants to be around, say, Gunjur Sala, whilst Mrs. Fall wants to be in a different location, we can still, we are open to negotiate those things. And the other thing I would say is perhaps you can submit a proposal, like what prices do you think, are best for you and your staff, and then we can also, come up, because it's a business. We also have competitors, and we're trying to go lower than them. And actually, these prices, if you compare to other states, you would realize that. I would encourage you to do that. So we can, once you have your proposal submitted, maybe we can have another meeting whereby, even if it's not of this kind, but perhaps a more 1-2 meeting whereby, we can renegotiate the prices, and we can see what we can do, and you too, see where you can adjust. And if perhaps you have a data of your staff, say 5 people want at Gunjur Sala and 2 people want, that way it would be best, and then we can negotiate better. Because some of the estates are also, the prices are different. That's my contribution to that.
Thank you. That was with regard to the accessibility of the land. When can you have access to your land to start development? As an institution, you give up to 80% payment. Yes, 80% payment. You have access to the allocated and start development of your land.
But that's for individuals.
Yes.
For an organization, you should trust more into the relationship you have with the organization and allow the employees to start, as long as the organization gives you a commitment that my employees, we will be giving you the payments on or before this day every month.
Yes.
So the relationship is no longer between Kombo and the individual, it is Kombo and APS. So the relationships between two institutions are more guaranteed than individuals. So what you apply on individuals, you should lower it a little bit for institutions. And for that I'm suggesting, if we choose to come in with 10 staff, as long as we guarantee you that as long as they pay here, they work here, we will deduct from their side. But they don't have control over salary. It's an employer that has control. You only have control over what goes in your account. But before it goes to your account, the employer has control over, and they can do whatever they, as long as it's within the law. You understand? So for me, if you should go into this, you should allow our employees to start developing their properties. Immediately we sign off, because the payment will be guaranteed that they will come, you understand, as and when they are. That way, the little monies they make while they are paid, instead of putting it in other investments or squandering it elsewhere, they can start, doing some little blocks and fencing and that kind of stuff. So you will not waste it for them. But you deny them until 80%, they will, like, after 4 years, most of them would have put their resources elsewhere. And every month or every week or every 3 months, They can be lucky to have 1 or 2, 3,000, 5,000 elsewhere.
One particular staff is no more working here. So what will happen?
No, that can be an arrangement such that usually in mortgages, you don't own the land until you finish it. You understand? At any point during the cycle, if you fail to repay, there are implications. So all of those can be set forward before the employee signs. To say that when you sign up, these are going to be the administrative requirements. You don't own the land until you finish paying. And while you are paying, you can be allowed to do, but if you default, this will be the implication. In other economies, people have mortgages and they live on the land. People have mortgages, build houses, and they live on the land, only in the house, and they continue to do certain things. But they know that if I don't pay, whatever I invest, this can be the implication. So that in itself can become a very strong condition for the employee to continue paying, even if they leave, because they know that I have invested money on this land. If I live in the service of APS and go to another area and fail to pay, my investment can be forfeited. You understand? And then all your effort and your gains and everything goes in there. Who would like to do anything like that in your life when you are investing on a life asset? Nobody would. No matter where you go to, you want to make sure that you complete your project. And to take once. But these are administrative proposals that we can always articulate very nicely and clearly for any employee to sign up and say, before I go into this, these are the terms and conditions.
I have benefited in some schemes from an employer I was with. And it's a very good plot of land. It was a period that made me to even stay with the company longer than I even expected. Like he said, it's only here that we're still looking at people buying land. I think we want you to evolve out of that initiative to something bigger. If you go to Senegal, companies like you build houses and give to people on mortgage plans. What will it do? It has two things it does. One for you as a business person, and the other for companies like us to encourage staffs to come on board and have a relationship. That relationship will grow. Why? Because, like I said in the opening remarks, when I have a roof over my head, I'll make sure that I respect that job. That is why hardly you see, unless they're expatriates, hardly you see certain employees in certain companies in our neighboring Senegal to move, to be jumping from one place to the other, or look for elsewhere some more opportunity, except to travel for holidays and come back. They're with companies for longer times, and the guarantee is there. The relationship will continue, even if the staff exits. Like he said, the conditions are there. We had a scenario like that. One of the staff relocated to the UK, and her own was given to another person. It means that relationship with the real estate company and the institution continues, right? And the relationship was how it was until it ended. And all of us are enjoying our plots of land, either developed it or not. But that's a great initiative that we want to look into here. That is why you are here, and what's feasible. We know our responsibilities as an institution, because the institution would say, I'm going to take the responsibility of being between the employee and take that commitment. You know, commitment it's heavy. It's a heavy burden. Even if it goes the other way around, the institution will still make sure that what has been agreed will follow and continue, maybe with another person. So these are the things that I just want to share with you as an experience, and it's been wonderful. We felt it, and it has done a great deal for me. So we feel that if we could give that opportunity to the same initiative to people that we have around here, it will be an outstanding proposal.
So how do we move forward? still we have not seen the land yet. This is just on paper, and we need to see the land. So what I would suggest, if this is okay for you, is we will organize a small team to go on a site visit, and you show them your recommended. As you have recommended some areas, you show them those recommended areas. And the reason why we want you to recommend those areas, to take them to the recommended areas, is because some of them may want to start development as soon as possible. And in that process, they want to have a place that they can access that is within also a settlement area. So they don't go and live in an island that looks so desolate. Yeah? So when they go on this site visit and come back, then they will come and inform us their impression, what they saw and how good it is and something like that. And then you will also give them their price listing for those locations. Then we will write back to you if you're moving forward to say that our employees like this site, our employees like this side and this side and this side, and this is our counter offer. And then we prepare some counter terms different from what you have on the table for us. When you receive our counter offer and it is acceptable, then we can move on towards contract. Yes, if that is how you have been doing it, I don't know. If it is not, you can recommend how you think it should be done.
Okay, like you mentioned here, if so many people who want to see the lands, we normally give the forms to them to register of $500. So we want to know the maximum people who are interested to have land with us. If we get that, we will come back with the forms and fill that forms. We come in the car and arrange a day, we take them to a site and see them. If they were satisfied on the land, we come and start business with them.
But how can they register when they have not?
No, that one is a registration form.
Registration to become.
The team will go around on behalf of the rest.
What is the registration for? To become a member of Kombo Real Estate? So it's a membership club?
Yes.
Sorry, it's not a membership, but it's
On the
not.
cost of the transport.
No, that registration.
It's the cost of transport.
Yeah.
That's why we're feeling.
Yeah.
Is it transportation?
Yeah.
No, not our own transportation.
No, not purposely for transportation, but
So the 4 people will sign the form and pay 500 each.
No, that one is a form like you are part of Cambodia.
maybe, sorry, maybe the thing is, like the other thing to make things easy, like you mentioned of places, that are visible like for settlement right now. So to make things easy so that we can go and recommend some of these places. Like we need to, if you know the numbers that you are expected to work with, then I can know which of these estates I can fix them.
People who want to go on the site and they didn't.
No, if you know more than 2 people,
No, I know, but yes.
half of the
For site visits, maybe even
So once
so-
that is confirmed, so once that is confirmed, that's like, and those people report back to you, that's when you would move on to, decide whether you want to start a business or not. If I get it right.
Exactly. Because
Yeah,
as
so-
it is now,
Yeah.
we've not decided. We are seeing the price listing that we have. But we have no idea. Where are they, and then the circumstances.
So now you
Within
can
the
just,
environment.
you can just
So
get
unless
that.
we go there, I mean, we did that not long ago, about a month or 2 ago. We went, somebody came and proposed us now, in a particular area. And it looked very nice on the proposal. But when we visited, we realized it is inhabitable. Because it is deep into the swamps. And into a very, very remote area. Even my car, its 4-wheel drive was struggling to get there during the dry season.
Yeah, so what
Yes,
what
and
you
so
do is,
in that circumstances, it will be difficult for him to express interest without seeing the land. But if we delegate him and her to go to the land, and they come back and give us a report like, okay, the place looks attractive, convenient, and accessible, and the roads are good, that kind of stuff. Then that can motivate most people to say, yeah, I'm interested. Then that's the time you can now know the number of people that would be interested.
How many locations do you want to visit?
It depends on your recommendation. Like I said, we want inhabited with the caution, so that are within settlement and have easy access to roads and have also access to water and electricity. These are the 4 people that we go. So you only have to, if you like, you can ride on our vehicles. You can find the but I think you should cover your own costs.
Okay. Now, as you said, you have to engage, but now we want to, if possible, arrange a day to go and see this places.
Alright.
Yes.
Mariama and Aisha will work on that and arrange a date and then confirm for this house. But no commitment yet. You're not committed yet, huh?
Well, we are expecting.
Yes, we are just hopeful. No commitment. Until we go and see and the prices are right and every other condition is right, then we can say, you know.
You will be happy.
Yes, and I want to swap my salary with this place.
Super.
Is it behind Rabbit?
Yes.
Behind the
Just opposite the school.
Opposite the school.
Yes. The other side, you know the school, the side.
Yeah, I know this.
Opposite the school.